everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Ask Angel Toon. In this series, I upload one episode every 2 months, and obviously the rules are simple. Just simply ask a question and I will answer them. And obviously, if you want your question to be in the next episode, just simply read the rules in the description and comment below. With that being said, let's get the questions for episode 2 answered. Here we go. First question by Droid-XXD. What is your opinion on Nintendo as a whole? That includes controversy, aka Twitter. Oh boy. I hate getting into this topic because I know how Nintendo currently is. And if I go to entire rant about Nintendo, this may result in a 1-hour video. So to keep this answer brief and simple, Nintendo can be disappointing as a company. I do enjoy their games. Don't get me wrong. I did start playing Nintendo when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Don't get me wrong. I've been a huge Nintendo fan. But sometimes their choices are not always the best. And, you know, we don't always approve of what they do. And, yeah, personally, the games are good. Just not necessarily the company. Sidecube75 asked, 1. What is the hardest character to voice in terms of getting the correct accent? 2. What is your favorite combo to use in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? And 3. What are your thoughts on the meme bottom gear? First off, if we're talking about getting the accent right, personally, I would say Dat Boy, and I mean the Angel Toon version of Dat Boy, if nobody knows how he is. He's an Australian frog. Yes, I'm not even joking. The Angel Toon version of Dat Boy is Australian. So I try to make sure I get the Australian accent correct, and I know it's not perfect, and I try my best to aim the accent correctly.
Oh no. I gotta go call the fire department again. Dang it, not this again.
Some characters, it's hard for me to aim the accent right. It just depends on the character. I don't really struggle on Luciana, maybe a little bit. Because keep in mind, Luciana is Spanish. She's a Spanish Fall Guy. And for all we know, she has quite an accent when she speaks English, mainly. Second, I don't remember what combo I ever used in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't really keep track of names. All I know is that I use a bike. Personally, just any combo that just fits me well, like, I'm able to use it in a way. And 3... Wait, what's bottom gear again? I gotta look that up. Okay, so apparently I found out what bottom gear is. Okay, when was that a thing? I don't remember. I never saw these memes before. Plus, I don't really know how to really respond to that. All I know is that it looks weird, but I've seen worse memes. Next question is by CartoonFan18. Hello again. I have 3 questions this time. 1. How are you today? 2. If you ever want to make a new Gmod series, who will it be revolved around? And 3. Do you want to build a snowman? For 1, I am doing alright. Thank you for asking. 2. If I wanted to do a different Gmod series, chances are it would probably revolve maybe around, I don't know, maybe Pigeon Man or Mario. I mean, some of the characters already got enough spotlight, like Kermit, me and Toon Link, Angela, Yuka. Well, actually, Angela's series is still ongoing, so, there's already that, of course. But I'd say either, Pigeon Man or Mario. Basically, just any characters that just has less screen time. And 3, how about no? I hate Frozen. The movie's so overrated. The Federal Express fan 2023 asked, who's your favorite singer? That is indeed a good question. I don't really know if I have a favorite. I mean, years ago, it was like from Taylor Swift being my favorite to Ariana Grande being my favorite. Nowadays, I just don't really have a favorite singer. I just listen to whoever I want to hear. I don't really have favorites anymore. I just listen to any songs that really got me going. Next question by Brian Sklip Jr. I'm so sorry I pronounced that incorrectly. Do you have an opinion on this game called Fortnite? Personally, Fortnite is just an overrated game. I don't have an actual opinion on it just because I never played it, nor do I plan on playing it anytime soon. The only reason Fortnite is just getting hate is just because of the community and how Obviously, plenty of Fortnite posts are cringe, of course, by children, and these certain emotes like to do all over the place. I don't know if people still do that nowadays. I don't see why they still do that nowadays. That's just years ago. Sounds like something you would see in, like, I don't know, 2017, 2018. This is 2023. I'd be surprised if people still do Fortnite dances in public. Seriously, guys, please don't do that. That's just... no. Next question is by Infinite Ninja. When are you still gonna give Kermit payback for that one dare from Kermit Crows to Choose Your Dares? 2. Who will lift Thor's hammer? Toon Link, Kirby, Sailor Mars, or Pigeon Man? And 3. Do you have a biggest fear of spiders? 1. Which dare specifically? There were multiple dares that involved Kermit attacking me. But regardless of what Kermit did, didn't he already got what he deserved by getting arrested? I think that's already enough. 2. I'd say either Toon Link or Kirby. Cause here's the thing for Toon Link, he's got them bracelets, right? I forgot what they're called. Have not played Wind Waker in a long time. But he does have these bracelets where you can lift heavy things, so chances are Toon Link will be able to lift Thor's hammer. Kirby has a slight chance just because, you know what? I have no idea. 3, yes. Spiders are one of my biggest fears along with snakes, but I especially get scared if there's like a big spider. And don't get me wrong, I've seen big spiders before. I've seen a tarantula in person one time. It was so scary, I immediately ran off. Don't worry guys, I was okay after that. This was back in 2019. Next question is by Starbowl Animations. What are your plans for this year, and do you think 2023 is going to be a better year? Well, I could think of a lot of things, but the main thing is obviously, I'd say dealing with less drama would be the best. Which unfortunately that did not go well because I already had to go through a few drama conflicts, which I really did not want to deal with. As for 2023 being a better year, I can't guarantee it at all because so far my 2023 has been pretty awful. I rather not get into details for my own sake, but I'll say this, one of the things that did happen this year, my Discord account got hacked. That's okay guys, I got it back, so we're good. Yeah! Next question is by Explore With Me, your bro 91. 1. Which is better, VHS or DVDs? 2. Are you scared of spiders? And finally, 3. What is your favorite dare of mine and Kermit Crows are choosing dares? The dares that I put down. So, for 1, I never really had experience with VHSs. The only stuff I did watch is just from DVDs. I never really watched anything from VHS tapes, unfortunately. 2, I'm pretty sure I was told this, or at least asked this before by somebody else. I am indeed scared of spiders. I hate these things. I especially hate big spiders. And 3, okay, that's gonna be very hard to answer. I need to go look back. Give me a moment, guys.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Okay, so after a lot of looking at dares, I think my favorite would have to be from episode 10, when you dared Kermit to steal a plane and crash it into the forest. I don't know why. While I was editing that dare, I actually was laughing, mainly because of him screaming in the process. That was like the funniest one. Next question is by Slashcraft Gaming. 1. What's your number 1 worst Nintendo game ever made? 2. Have you ever watched Megan before? And 3. Yeah, we're gonna pretend that question does not exist. But anyways, number 1. Honestly, I don't know if I know any games that's considered the worst of any kind. I mean, there were some games that were not the best, but that doesn't mean they're the worst. So I don't know there really is a worst Nintendo game, but I mean, if you want to consider Mario Brothers, and I don't mean Super Mario Brothers, I actually mean Mario Brothers, the one where it's just one stage, you get Koopas or anything like that, walking from the pipes and everything. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Well, I never really experienced it, but I've heard that one is nothing but a bore, and it's just pretty bad. 2, I don't know what that is at all. I never heard of Megan. Next question is by Yaper Paper. Hello, back again with this other question. Were there any ideas that you have for videos but couldn't find possible to ever create? Okay, that is a really good question. I think there were ideas for videos that I wanted to do, but wasn't sure how to execute it correctly. I even planned to do a Fall Guys skit at one point. And I mean a Gmod skit in relation to Fall Guys, where Pigeon Man and Luciana, well, actually, yeah. Pigeon Man and Luciana attend Fall Guys, and they go through these rounds. The problem is, I just don't know how to execute it correctly. What I make it look like it's extremely lazy, but yeah, I just don't know how to execute that correctly at any point. There are probably other video ideas that I just don't know how to make it work at all. Next question is by David Marshall. Do you make animation videos? I mean, did you not look at any of my videos? My MMD videos exist. You know, you could have just looked at those, along with the Inkwork episodes where they are also animated. Next question is by Broads11. 1. Would you prefer Coke or Pepsi? 2. What is your hardest video you ever made? And 3, if you have watched SMG4, who is your favorite SMG4 character, and what is your favorite year of SMG4 videos made in? For 1, I'm more of a Pepsi person than a Coke person. Don't get me wrong, I like Coke as well, but I just drink Pepsi more. 2, it's a really good question. There are some videos that are pretty difficult to make, honestly. Though, if I have to choose at least one, I would say Gmod skit when the light meets the shadows, aka the final part of the Dark Shadow arc. Now, the main reason was because that was probably the first Gmod skit that had an actual fighting scene. And, you know, I had to make the fighting scene between, you know, Toon and Toon Link versus Zant. Because I had to think, like, how is this battle gonna go? How is this gonna look and everything? And obviously I made some mistakes then and there, but obviously they had to be fixed. Like, some of the parts I have to redo again and again to make sure it looks correct and stuff. Oh no, wait, there's also fighting scenes between their shadow selves as well. And 3, I used to watch SMG4, and I have multiple favorite characters from his channel. Obviously, one of them is Maggie, because, you know, why else do I have her in my videos? Like, she's clearly one of my favorites. Specifically the Inkling version, because that's her original version, honestly. Though, for my favorite year of SMG4, I don't know. I just prefer the classic years more. They were just, not only were they nostalgic to me, but also, like, there was actual charm in those. Like, there was a lot of charm in those videos. It's just, I'm always getting a good laugh out of them. Next question is by UV Tunes. 1. What's your favorite food to eat? And 2. What kind of career have you ever considered doing in your future? For 1, I love eating pizza. That's literally my favorite food. And I eat pizza, like, every Friday and Sunday. Friday when the pizza is cooked, and Sunday when there's any left over. And 2, I'm kind of thinking of something more creative, like, honestly. I guess more into the art area a little bit. I mean, I hope to one day, like, have an animation company and then post those kind of episodes as a web series. Hopefully get into animation more one day. Next question is by KirbyTron5919. I'm glad my question was included. Coincidentally, my favorite is also Saturn. For another question, if you had the ability to take over the world, what would be the first thing you'll do? The first thing I'm going to do is, like, honestly, I would do a lot of things, honestly. Just to make sure everything is back in place. Make sure it's a more safe world, but obviously I need to specify more than just making sure the world is more safe. So, let's just get rid of crimes for once, guys. Seriously. Protect the children! Next question is by Evan the Inkling Child. 1. Since your favorite anime is Hunter x Hunter, who is your favorite character in the show? I like Gon and Leario. 2. Have you ever used any streaming service before? If so, what are you currently using? First off, I really like multiple different characters. I mainly like the main 4. You know, Gon, Killua, Kurapika, Leario. I love all 4 of them. They're just amazing. And 2, okay, I'm pretty stupid, so bear with me here. Do you mean like using something to watch movies or such, like Netflix or Disney Plus? And if that's the case, no, I don't really use. I don't know, man. I just don't. Next question is by Juanito Rosales. 1. What's your thoughts about Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe? 2. What do you think about Nintendo announcing the closure for the 3DS and Wii U eShops? And 3, speaking of Hyrule Warriors, do you play Age of Calamity? 1, sometimes I wonder if you really even consider it a deluxe. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you compare the original Kirby's Return to Dreamland and the deluxe version, in the deluxe version, they just added, like, outlines, man. They didn't do that in the original. Why add the outlining for the characters and such in the deluxe version? This doesn't really feel like deluxe, but maybe I'm just judging by its cover too much. I mean, they extended some stuff in the deluxe version that the original did not have, and you know what? That's a plus for me. 2? No! Why? 3, no, I do not play Age of Calamity. I have heard about it, but I've never really played it. It's basically the Breath of the Wild version of Hyrule Warriors, for the most part, really. And obviously, for those who did not know, I never played Breath of the Wild. At some point, I'll consider giving it a try. I need motivation, though. Give me motivation! Next question is by Sal the Sigma Shark. 1, what's your opinion on Akame ga Kill? 2, do you like pizzas? And 3, thoughts on Sonic Frontiers? 1, I don't know what that is, so unfortunately, I don't have an opinion. 2, I'm pretty sure I answered this before. Well, not really, but I did say this towards one of the previous questions. Yes, I do like pizza. It's one of my favorite foods. And 3, I like Sonic Frontiers. I've never finished it, unfortunately, but it is a pretty fun game to play. It is fun. I love the details and everything. Like, everything looks beautiful. They just literally made Sonic Frontiers a more serious Sonic game, honestly. So, I tried running it on my laptop, and that was one of the worst ideas I ever did, because everything lagged! Next question is by 730 sub. 1, thoughts on state of Florida? 2, do you love country music? And 3, do you love the Loud House? For 1, Florida as a state itself, you know, I have negatives about it, but obviously I will not state them in this video for obvious reasons. But the only reason I like going to Florida is because I have relatives who live there, and that's usually why I go to Florida anyways, it's just to visit relatives. 2, I wouldn't say I love country music, but I do listen to it sometimes. I mean, there's some pretty good songs, there's some pretty good ones that I do like listening to. They're not the best, but, you know, it's fine its own way. 3, I can say the same thing about country music. I don't really love it or anything. I mean, it's fine the first few seasons. I just don't really care about that show anymore, because, like, I don't know. I'm just really not into that anymore. And besides, Nickelodeon is already milking that show to death. I mean, listen, it got a couple of spin-off shows. I mean, yes, there is the Casa Grandes, and then we got the live-action TV show of The Loud House, which no one asked for. Meanwhile, we also have I think 2 movies. I don't understand Nickelodeon anymore, hence why I don't really watch it anymore, man. It's crazy. But I could go through this rant forever, and I don't want to waste time on this video, so let's move on. Next question is by Super Matthew Brothers. 1, pizza or breadsticks? 2, is there anything you're excited for and or want from the Super Mario Bros. Movie? And 3, out of all dares I sent on Kermit Croaks and Truth and Dares, which one do you like more and which one is your favorite? For 1... that's a good question. I like breadsticks, but I think that might have to depend on the breadsticks. So overall, pizza itself. 2, I'm excited for a lot of things that's going to be happening in the Mario movie. Considering what we got so far from teasers and trailers, I'm just excited to watch it. Like, it's going to be great, guys. And 3, oh my gosh. Why does another person have to ask me this? That means I have to look back through all the episodes again. Okay, you know what? I am not going to look back through all the episodes this time, because I think I know, or at least remember, some of the dares he did. So, therefore, I'll just give out this answer here. I think I like the one where Kermit goes on a safari trip. I think it was a safari trip. Like, you know, he went on a Jeep with some people, right? Okay, well, during the near end of that dare, while editing it, I laughed at, the monkeys going after it, and, chaos ensued, but, it was really funny. By the way, guys, that dare is from episode 13. You wanna go check it out. Next question is by Kirarami Original. 1, is it possible to get 20k subs as soon as possible? 2, Where's Symphony? And 3, have you tried to comment on the Ask Kira Rami Season 1 on my channel? Because I have to make an episode 8 of my series. For 1, it is possible. You just gotta give it time. And yeah, I mean that's not something you should be getting, or at least expect to get, like, right away. You have to work for it. 2, I'm pretty sure that joke's, like, dead at this point. Like, no one's really been doing these jokes anymore, although what's the point of continuing it? But, I mean, if you're talking about Tiff, she's just got her own stuff going on. She's just busy. And 3, I have not, mainly because I don't have any questions to ask, like, at all. Like, I can't think of anything. Alright, last question by Super Ultra Instinct Fiery. How's Kermit the Frog doing right now? Kermit's doing fine, thank you for asking. We're gonna make sure he stays away from any more trouble, because obviously that's the last thing we want right now. And with that, that is all of the questions we have for episode 2. Thank you everybody for the questions, and if you have any more questions, you may comment below and make it in episode 3, which will be uploaded in May. Though obviously, if you want to ask a question, please make sure you read the rules in the description before you ask any more questions. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time in the 3rd Ask Angel Toon episode. And yeah, take care everybody, take care.